Next up, let's look at what's happening in West Asia. Hamas has confirmed that it has submitted its response to an Israeli proposal for a 60-day Gaza ceasefire to negotiators. In a statement, the Palestinian militant group said that it has just submitted its response and that of the Palestinian factions to the ceasefire proposal to the mediators. Now, on the other hand, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that U.S. West Asia envoy Steve Witkoff is traveling to Europe for meetings with key regional leaders. Now, these meetings are aimed at advancing a ceasefire agreement in Gaza and securing the release of hostages held by Hamas. Now, according to Axios, Witkoff is expected to arrive in Rome today for meetings with Israeli Minister of Strategic Affairs Ron Dermer and a senior Qatari official. If talks progress, he could travel on to Doha later in the week in a push to finalize this deal.
Envoy Witkoff is headed to Europe, where he will meet with key leaders from the Middle East to discuss the ongoing ceasefire proposal to end this conflict in Gaza and to release the hostages. These are very sensitive negotiations that are currently taking place.
With no let-up in deadly Israeli strikes across the territory, getting aid to the more than 2 million people who need it has become a key issue in this conflict. And doctors and aid agencies have reported increasing cases of malnutrition and starvation. The humanitarian organizations said in a joint statement that warehouses with tons of supplies were sitting untouched while people were trapped in a cycle of hope and heartbreak, waiting for assistance and ceasefires. 111 signatories, including Doctors Without Borders, Save the Children and Oxfam. These signatories have called for an immediate negotiated ceasefire, the opening of all land crossings, and the free flow of aid through UN-led mechanisms. Meanwhile, Israel has hit back at growing international criticism that it is behind chronic food shortages in Gaza, instead accusing Hamas of deliberately creating a humanitarian crisis in the Palestinian territory.
Today, there is no famine caused by Israel. There is, however, a man-made shortage engineered by Hamas. Now, too often, the full story is not being told. This suffering exists because Hamas has created it. The suffering exists because Hamas has made it so.
Furthermore, Israeli President Isaac Herzog, visiting troops in Gaza, maintained that Israel was acting according to international law, while Hamas was trying to sabotage and aid distribution in a bid to obstruct the Israeli military campaign that began more than 21 months ago.
We are acting here according to international law. We are providing humanitarian aid according to international law. The ones trying to sabotage this aid are Hamas and its people. It's Hamas spin at our expense to prevent our forces from dismantling infrastructure that could harm us and our citizens.
In other developments, more than 70 Israeli lawmakers, they passed a motion urging the government to impose sovereignty over the West Bank. Though the symbolic move does not affect the Palestinian territory's legal status, Turkey has branded it as an illegitimate and provocative gesture aimed at undermining peace efforts. Members of Israel's ultra-Orthodox Jewish community have staged protests against a contentious conscription law, underscoring political divisions within the Israeli government. Protesters voiced opposition to the arrest of 3 community members accused of deserting mandatory military service. Police intervened to disperse demonstrators, resulting in scuffles.